Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And we are going to do the Cursed Blade. This is the second quest of the classic event quest. And we are going to be doing this left path. The big thing on this is we've got the scientific exploit. So we got weakness, exhaustion, or fatigue. We're going to get a fragility. And then anytime a debuff is expired off of the opponent, we're going to get a Fury. They've also got Whittle Down, but we're going to be putting a bunch of debuffs so that Whittle Down doesn't matter. Now, one key thing about this is this Purgatory has a whole bunch of nasty stuff on them. So, you can only get power. So, at the start of the fight, the attacker has their current combat power reduced by 100% and gains 90% block proficiency. This bonus block proficiency is reduced 15% for each full bar of power the attacker has. Whenever the attacker blocks a special attack, they gain 30% of a bar of power. So we want to bait out a special 1 from Purgatory, and we want to sit there and block it, and that way we'll get power. Now, you have to have poison immune champs because of Caustic Temper. So the defender takes 90% less damage from an attacker that doesn't have a Fury effect. Thus why I have a couple of champs in here that get Fury effects. And then when struck, you can also get a poison. So that's why you want the poison immune. Hurt Locker, we don't want to do the same special attack twice. And then we've also got Unnatural Selection. So after the final hit, the attacker special attacks, they get an evade for 2 seconds. So, the champs that we have in here that could take her out are Immortal Abomination, but he can only do things, he's immune to poison, but he can only do things to her during his special attack because of this first thing called Rocket Attack. He gets a Fury during his special, but he doesn't get Furies otherwise. Then we also have Anti-Venom, immune to poison, and Anti-Venom will also get some Fury effects later on with some of his specials. And Spider-Woman, who's awesome for this, she gets Furies at the end of her 5-hit combos. And then once she gets them, she does full damage. She's immune to poison, and she just does a ton of damage. So let's get into it. Let's begin. And we are going to go after this Rhino. And this is the new Rhino, so we have to be very careful and cognizant of the new Rhino's abilities, which are a lot of unstoppables. So, but Luke Cage gets, we're going to put the Debilitate on, and he gets a whole bunch of stuff here. And these guys are super aggressive. You have to watch out for that very much. There he goes. All right, he is got a massive, there he goes, okay. All right, let's special 3 him. He's got a massively long unstoppable, I'm sorry. Wow. Wow. I need him to do a heavy. There we go. There we go. All right. This should do a bunch of damage. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Woof. Woof. Not my favorite one to fight now. Not at all. So we are going to go and we're going to switch over to Photon now. Because she cannot take bleeds. And this guy can do bleeds. And she can block him. She can parry his attacks. Alright, we want him to do a special. There he goes. Boom, boom, boom. And we're getting Furies. So I want him... That's what I want him to do. And I'm going to heavy him. And then there he goes. And pretty soon, there we go. All right. Boom, boom. And I think Alright, we should be able... There we go. Okay, very good. Very good. She did really well. Alright, we've got... I'm going to Luke Cage this one. We want to use Luke Cage... That was a parry. We want to use Luke Cage and Photon as much as we can. All right, I want this guy to do that. Gotta be careful of that. I'm gonna do that. And I always want to end with a light attack here. There we go. We're going to hit him with the heavy. Well, I'm sorry, the special 3. Boom, boom. And he's gone. Wow, that was a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage in this. His exhaustions really peak that stuff up. All right, I think we're going to go back to Photon now. We've got 17 of these charges on us. So whittle down will just gradually disappear. And we're getting Furies. And I'm going to heavy him, and then I'm going to back off. I want him to do that. That was a ton of damage. There we go. There we go. Come on. That's what I was looking for. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, here's our third Ethereum. We've already done 2 paths on this. This is going to be Apocalypse. So let's go ahead and Photon this one. And Special 1 or Special 2 doesn't really matter to me. Couldn't get out of the way. I think we're going to Special 3 this time. Okay, we got out of the way of that. Special 3. Skip. Where is the parry, dude? Stuck in the corner. Oh, he's got a degen on me. We got to get going here. All right, he's done. Okay. He's got a degen on me from his special. All right. We're going to go back to Luke Cage for this one. We just have to remember not to heavy into this guy's block. That's it. And get these parries. And we're going to build up these. And we're going to build up these fragilities. And I want this guy to use his special 1. Because it's going to put the slow on me, which is going to trigger... my willpower. Ah! That hurt. That hurt a lot. I didn't get the spacing correct. Okay. And he should be gone. He's at 1% now. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Okay, he's gone. Very good. Very good. All right. And finally, we've got one more, and that is Purgatory, which is what everybody has been waiting for. And we're going to use Spider-Man for this one. And Spider-Woman gets a Fury at the end of her 5th attack. There it is. And now we're doing essentially full damage. And now I want to... So we're blocking. Got it. Nice. And she's ensnared. So... Watch this. Here it comes. Boom. She's ensnared, so she can't... She can't evade. And she's got... Come on, do it. Ah, it's not going to do it now. There it goes. We're still doing full damage. And kablam. Come on, one more. One more. One more. One more. There we go. I think we got this without it. And there it is. Solo. There we go. Spider-Woman for the win. She's probably one of the best. You could use Hulk. You could use She-Hulk. They both have Fury effects on them, and they are immune to poison. But I think Spider-Woman is the best one because she can shut off the poison. She gets Fury effects, and she shuts off the evades. All right, that is... Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got our things. We're going to take the... We only got one of those. And then we got the rest of these rewards. Back to quests. And let's look at the milestones here. And there we go. So we got all this stuff plus the little box and a few other things. So that is that path. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody